What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 6 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Grimgor Ironhide campaign. I think it's part 6 anyway, somewhere along those lines. Anyway, as we saw last time, we finally began the invasion of the old world, wherein we hit the coast of Lyonesse and fought a massive battle against the army of Reponse. It was a pretty glorious fight, but Grimgor and his new and improved Black Orc army and did absolutely obliterate its foes. Excited to see more of these guys. We do have the Immortals legendary unit on the field and are looking to get the Crimson Killers up there as well. I believe they're also Great Axe Infantry. Alright, so I guess the Immortals can lead our shielded Black Orcs, and then the Crimson Killers can lead the Great Weapons Black Orcs. Fun stuff. Anyway, we're working on that. We will also soon have more armies, as we are going to get them on the field relatively shortly. Just got to make sure that our treasury doesn't get completely screwed over. It'll, well, we'll have to wait and see. Before we get started, once again, we did manage to reach that, not allegiance, but engagement, that's the word I was looking for, threshold, and this episode will once again be an hour long, and the offer still stands: 400 likes and 50 comments, and the next episode will follow suit and be an hour long, so keep it in mind for those into that sort of thing. Let's begin. Spite Blood Reaper, we're going to have you move to... we should destroy one of these armies. Which one does it matter? I mean, I guess we can send him up north. Alright, you go for a Debonair here, like so. Should be a quick little auto-resolve. And, oh right, you have the Razor Standard. We should probably give that to one of you guys. Hey, let me just see this. 3344. Let's do this on you. Give you a little bit more melee defense. Let's give you the Razor Standard. And I guess we'll give the Lichbone Pennant. You know what? Let's give it to the Error Boys. Now that they have the Rusty Errors, I mean. Now that they have Armor, Sundering, Poison, Magical attacks. Should be pretty decent. I guess we could also give them to the Stone Trolls, but frankly, this is a Night Goblin army, and they should take center stage. Alrighty. Auto-resolve, 2.6k. We will... replenish completely. Yeah, I guess replenish. Gives us a complete heal of this one unit. And we got ourselves some free Snotling Scavengers and an Earthing Rod. And another Swindler, though. Snotling Scavengers on Hack. And another Swindler. Man, getting Swindlers from everything. Do you already have Snotling Scavengers? You do not, but you should. I guess the question is, what do we take out? And I'm not sure, because we need the casualty replenishment rate. This gives us movement range, though. That is also pretty darn valuable. Post-battle chance of stealing a magical item. I do like that as well, but is it more valuable than movement range? I'm not sure that it is. Enemy leadership reduction. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give Snotling Scavengers in place of that, and I will otherwise think about it. Now, Spite, you're gonna move closer to Soleil here, and take the sun for yourself, or actually, rather, for Grimgor, but anyway. Quell Animosity. We don't have much of a choice, as this does screw over Gobos. I tried to say goblins and gobos at the same time. I said goblos. You, Grimgor, are going to move as close as you can to this army, and hopefully catch it next turn. It's not like it's going to attack us. And actually, while I have you, Grimgor, let's get a few of those Black Orc names in there. You guys are going to be the Bat Swatters, because you started off this campaign and destroying all those Vargeists. And there we go, nice name suggestion. Let's see, you can... What? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Great, good job, Ruinous. Little Grimgors for you. You also have little Grimgors, big axes. Rename. How about Axes of the Dark? This wouldn't work on the shielded Black Orcs because they don't use axes, they use choppers. And then lastly, you can be... How about the Dark Lands Labor Union? Will it fit? It will indeed. Alright, and let's name... Alright, I don't want to... Let's just do one more. Demary Krumpas. Krumpas. There we go. And a Merry Krampus to all of you. Alright. good enough for now. And I do believe there isn't really much else to do this particular turn, not anything to build, so we can end it and see what else we have waiting for us. Wait, you, sir, actually do have to move. Go to Newland and then try to ferry that Orc Boar Biggin to our new Orc Boar Boy Biggin army, or our Biggin army, I guess, in general. And as soon as he lands, we can end the turn. There we go. I'm just gonna double check that I didn't forget anything. Nah, we're good, we're good. And skip, 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 and turn. Let's see where the enemies go. And then let's continue our invasion. Alright, we're bound to run into some other factions soon as well. I'm really hoping that we catch sight of Grom the Paunch this episode. He is really close by, after all. And, I'm not sure I'm going to bother sending Grimgor after you. Kind of too much of a hassle. WAAAGH retain a new WAAAGH unit is available for recruitment from the Regiments of Renown pool. Swell, and scrap plus 100. Our WAAAGH is unfortunately done, and we'll have to select a new one. At the end of your turn, have an income of at least 6,000. We're at minus 600. Okay, yeah, well, eventually, maybe, possibly. I'm pretty sure if you go after this army, it won't work. Grimgor, I really don't want to waste your turn doing it. You could land at Merton here. Alright, you know what? I'm going to send Spite after you. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have kept this guy here, and then he could have... Yeah, well, there was no way to know, right? Go. Go do this. He'll run. And will he run far enough? Stop, 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 stop. Ah, too far. No, not too far. Fantastic. Well done to Spite, and you're gonna suffer a little bit of attrition for your trouble, but it's worth our time. Worth our time to do this every time. You know what? This may be unfortunate, but I think we're going to ransom the captives. I mean, then again, it's not that much money. Eat the captives again. Get that growth going. Keep on getting that growth going. More swindlers. We're gonna have infinity swindlers before long. Alright, back to Soleil, maybe even land at Castle Lyonesse. Grimgor. March stance or full speed stance. Go right outside this fell cargo. Right there, we'll grab the fell cargo, then we'll land in Merton, then we'll start pushing up this way. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, right, we got the new trophy. Now, it's not the worst trophy in the world, but it doesn't have public order like the previous trophy did. And... we'll need to get our rep back up in order to get that, construction cost reduction. That's gonna be needed. What are we at here now? 6.9k. Yeah, we can no longer afford the Greenskins stronghold. Unfortunately, and our public order is dropping, so we're gonna need that reputation. Get back to Camp Ruckus, I think. Plane of Bones, you're kind of in the same situation where until we get the WAAAGH reductions of construction cost, we won't be able to build. You know what, and I think in that light we're gonna save the money instead. Grimgor, stay where you are. These guys need to join your army, because we have to have a bunch of goblin big bosses in the spider army. In fact, I'd like something like 4 of them in there. It'll be very much necessary. And can we even get any more? No, we're out. We're out. Well, maybe we'll keep it to 2 for now. We'll obviously replace a bunch of these regular spider riders with Arachnaroks, but for now we need some kind of melee. I was gonna... Oh, hello, we can get another lava spider rider archer. Yes. We can, and thus we will. And now we at least have 2 of them. I'm not actually sure that these guys are all that valuable. Yeah, sure, they do fire damage, but otherwise... they don't really do much more. Nah. And on top of that, they trade lethal poison and melee for the fire attack, so they don't even have the lethal poison and due to their charge. Nonetheless, okay, you can't recruit anymore, and you two, I don't think we're going to recruit anything with right now because we can't afford it, but that is bound to change. Let's go next turn. A low fightiness? Who has low fightiness? Spite, you are okay. I guess if these guys have low fightiness, it doesn't really matter. So, that sounds like an end turn to me. I get that WAAAGH activated again. And Grimgor, you've got to kill and raise and sack and do whatever it is you have to as much as possible over the next few turns. On the bright side, this will give us a few turns to save up enough cash to hopefully be able to continue building things. And, you know, not just like hover around 0, which would make me considerably more nervous. You are gonna grab a fell cargo. Wait, is fell cargo a fight? Yes, it is. Out of the wreck. And it's gonna be garbage, so we're gonna auto-resolve that. Shouldn't even really damage the orcs. Let's give the Banner of Swiftness to the Immortals. And the Lich Bone... Oh, wow, what the heck? Why did it hurt our giants? That's rude. I can heal them up a little bit. I guess we're gonna have to. Damn you, auto-resolve. Lich Bone Pennant to, I guess, one of the Axe boys, like you. And frankly, probably put the Razor Standard on you instead of the big uns, but we'll do so later. Eat the captives. As you like to do. Then, oh, we've reached another campaign movement range plus 20%. Ooh. Rating, no. Scrap 10 per turn? Nice, but no. No. Obviously 20% campaign movement range game. Are you crazy? Yes. There is nothing other than that we would take. Pirate Hunter for Grimgor and a little bit of money that we'll need. We're at minus 1.5k now, though. I guess a few units finish their construction. Grimgor? Do we need to fight this? Probably not. It's pretty weak. I guess the question is, what's the likelihood that we get another battle? And I get another battle soon. Who are you at war with? Nobody, huh? Join war against the Chevalier de Lyonesse, minus 140, okay. Likelihood that they'll declare war on us fairly high. I don't think this really needs to be fought, but I have an idea which I might do in a second after I figure out what else is going on. You, sir, how much do you heal when we're in our own... Oh, it's not our own territory, it's contested, meaning land at the Castle Lyonesse, heal up to full there, and then hit Soleil after. Can anyone possibly get a... Wait, do you heal? Nah, you're fine. Stay there. Stay there. What I was going to say was we could just send Grimgor in as well as the Immortals and see how much damage they do. It's just for fun. Get that Black Orc Wrecking Ball as well for the additional charge and armor-piercing weapon damage. Maybe we do that just for fun. Alright, let's do it. Alright, I'm pretty sure Grimgor said something, but it seemed to have been basically one word. Anyway, here we go. Let's get those Immortals and those Black Orcs into some action where they can shine. Grimgor will lead his Immortals into the fray himself, and we'll see what he and they can do and how many hits they can take before they start taking real damage. They're gonna have to weather the storm of arrow fire, but we do have Mathland's blessing still, and thus the physical resistance on all of our units right now is absolutely massive, combined with the absolutely massive armor we have as well. Although the Black Orcs, or at least the offensive-minded Black Orcs, insofar as any Black Orc can be a defensive unit, are relatively light on melee defense. Poison arrows gonna slow us down a little bit as more arrow fire and trebuchet-like fire from the towers comes in. But in terms of HP damage, we're still pretty okay, weathering the storm easily enough. Not a lot of armor piercing on those peasant archers after all, and we have way too much in the way of resistances. There is, however, a barricade in our way, which we're going to have to start slowly making our way through. Maybe not so slowly. Alright, about 1/3 of its HP is done, though that'll slow down once the enemy moves out of there and charges into the Immortals. Although that also seems like perhaps not the brightest of moves. Yeah, taking heads with every swing of those dual weapons. Very, very nice. Alright, and I don't know why the peasant archers decided to move there. I think they might have gotten pushed out together with those knights. but they're in no better a position than I think those archers were, so good luck to you, knights. Over on this side, rather than send the Immortals, we're going to send the Black Orc big bosses together with all the rest of our Black Orcs. So they're going to work together on the piles of enemy units. Purple Son of Zoraeus going to finally come down on some of the enemies, but it's going to move basically as far away from the enemy formation as possible. Because it always does. I really don't like this belt. One day I'll have crazy luck with it, and then I will be surprised. Yeah, 9.6k damage. In terms of mana cost, probably would have gotten more mileage out of a Brain Bursta or a Headbutt. Obviously a Foot of GORK. But we still have access to those and plenty of mana to play around with, so, as needed. Anyway, looks like some knights are moving into the fray to face off against those Black Orcs with shields and their choppers, and then right behind them coming in to support even more Black Orcs with great axes. But maybe I should have interspersed them a little bit more, but we're okay. And there we go, a big old Foot of GORK coming down right in the middle of that enemy formation and smashing a bunch of those knights and a bunch of those peasants together. And just out of curiosity in terms of how much that did compared to the Purple Sun, though, 215 kills and 58k damage. One spell, as opposed to 147 and 10k damage with one spell, so 6 times as much damage, though the kill count was actually fairly close. I guess it's the Orc Shaman hit much more in the way of knights, and the Purple Sun hit much more in the way of peasants, so higher, but yeah. Purple Sun seemed to be quite inefficient at 14 mana cost compared to the 13 mana cost of the Foot of GORK. It's actually cheaper. Yeah, well, explosions are more reliable than the vortex spells. But anyway, we still have that barrier to work our way through, but not to worry, we have these axes that we can still watch. And it's nice that we have our piles of Black Orcs here. Now we can freely sweep streets of these settlements, whether they be minor or major, and not be super worried about our units getting crushed. As it would take quite a bit of effort to crush a bunch of Black Orc units. I just gotta get some rogue idols in this army, and it'll be real swell. We'll probably end up giving the Regiment of Renown rogue idol to Grimgor, just because, you know, he should have the best, though I can't recall. WAAAGH, I assume that WAAAGH buffs rogue idols, but WAAAGH should have savage rogue idols, not the regular rogue idols, so, yeah. Anyway, more and more enemy units moving into the fray, though it looks like I still see no corpses of the Black Orcs and still plenty of peasants and knights, even though I can see some foot knights in there. Or foot squires rather, so they do have some armor piercing that they have access to, and can still be something of a threat. If you're outnumbered by Black Orcs, though, you're probably having a pretty bad day. Gonna pop a Soul Blight on the enemies, reduce their melee attack and defense, as it is a fairly big blob. Giants have joined the fray over on this side, as well as all of the knights have gone down to our Immortals, and the Immortals have lost a total of 0 units, although they have managed to take a fair bit of damage at this point. Although, to be fair, that was also under fire from the enemy archers. Anyway, Giants with their anti-building damage will hopefully knock that barricade down, and we'll be able to reinforce and support our other army. Mounted Yeomen joining the fray after the Knights. Well, I don't think that if the Knights fail to break through the lines of Black Orcs, the Mounted Yeomen are likely to succeed. Mounted, rather. Hey, who knows, maybe these guys lived in the mountains. Maybe they are mountain yeomen. But anyway. It looks like they're all running. A knight or yeoman, matters not. And there we go, got a few hits from our savage giants as well. They're not too great at dishing out mass damage, but they do have trample now in SFO, so yeah. 5k, and these guys do have trample, right? Yeah, trample. Passive direct damage area ability affects units if not to Lord or Hero, and damage to 20 combatants. Plus the massive amount of damage that they can dish out in combination with Bonebreaker makes them fairly good at knocking down single entities. Get a lord or a hero or a single big other enemy. Get the giant to dish out the damage. Anyway, looks like we're breaking into the enemy settlement now from two sides. There's that big old WAAAGH from Grimgor coming in. I do believe the Immortals are... Actually, they appear to have peeled... Oh, no, there they are. There they are. And they peeled away from Grimgor because he's running around trying to look for a fight, but, well, let's just say the enemy is in pretty darn bad shape at this point. And yeah, we could have auto-resolved this, but I really wanted to see the Black Orcs do their thing, and I think we got that in droves in this particular battle. Anyway, looks like those peasants are surrounded and running, and in fact, I think the battle is just about ours. Oh, there's another little peasant unit moving in to fight. Alright, well, and good luck to you, peasants. There we go. I love watching when elite units just like kill much weaker units with like a unit dying with every hit. Always nice to see the disparity in unit capabilities. And tiers and whatnot. Anyway, there we go. Decisive victory. Streets cleared as needed, although the enemy essentially shattered before we got way... Yeah, we barely got into the settlement at all. It was just like at the start. Well, that's their problem. Decisive victory, etc. Nice. Alright, I think that was pretty definitive, and we're safe to say we cannot resolve other such defensive little garrisons, at least when they lack a full stack to help them defend. We're gonna occupy because I guess we're keeping the place, and we probably... Yes, Potion of Healing for Grimgor, fantastic. We'll... I got a boss pull immediately. Probably want to get defenses up and running, wouldn't we? A bit of an annoyance, but nonetheless. We'll want to do that, and I guess the public order building... Oh, it just got more expensive. Could have sworn it was 780 before. Huh, interesting. Oh, the... Yeah, this is construction time, not construction cost. I guess it doesn't really matter. Anyway, yeah, we'll auto-resolve other such small defenses, as that was no problem whatsoever. Now let's see what else we got to do this time around. Ugg and Krigabeard Taka, you can move to Pillar of Agog. Arachnic Spider Claw. You can either acquire more goblin big bosses, or wait for more of them to become available, or perhaps instead just build a couple more spiders and start moving in or out, either to Norska or to Bretonia as well. Alright, start moving to the Isle of Wights where you can continue building more spiders. And I guess build a few more goblin spider riders. Like so, and like, where are you guys? There we are. Nope, I want the melee ones, because we'll be replacing melee ones with Arachnaroks. Alright, and the rest of this is good for now, though hopefully we'll fix our money situation in a little bit. Gotta get more of that reputation up and running as well. Fighting battles is 13 from what, 1 or 2 battles? It's reasonably quick to rise, so shouldn't be all that much of an issue. Also, Slaneshi Giggle, also let's end the turn. Obviously didn't want to build any buildings because, once again, they're too expensive. Alright, let's see if this little tiny Sigmarite faction declares war on us. They would be foolish to do so, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Chevalier de Lyonesse are pretty much broken, and I also guess we'll be selecting a different faction to WAAAGH against. We may get a lot of benefit out of selecting a human faction, however, and because of that lovely public order buff that we get. We can't quite reach these guys, oh well. Not that I was planning to. Head out to Barfleur, please. And we'll leave Merton undefended. For now, anyway. Also, who are we bordering? Is this the Sigmarite faction as well? Yes, indeed it is. And, ooh, it's a different Bretonian faction. Interesting. Now I can't reach Barfleur like this, so go here and just to double check. No. Alright, and this is literally the same garrison that we just fought, so we're free to auto-resolve it. We'll get more damage on the giants. Oh, it looks like the auto-resolve hates giants. That's a bit, it's a bit of a shame, I would say. Also tempted to loot and occupy. Wait, if we loot and occupy it, nah, wait. If we loot and occupy it, it'll become tier 2 rather than tier 3, so occupied. Alright, another one of these swindlers. Okay, I guess we're getting them after every single turn now, but they don't really do anything unless they're on the Lord, so we don't need the Goblin Toolbox here, but we can keep the Goblin Watchtower, which we were building here. Nice. Alright, though I won't spend any more money on any of the others. We can get the Brag to the Boss thing, because it gives us extra campaign movement range. And then Mr. Spite, you can reach Soleil via the sea, I think, so give it a try. And land here as soon as you get closer, like so. And not resolve that because similarly you should be able to take it without much trouble. Yeah, decisive victory, low casualties. And we have artillery and they don't, which means they would have gotten wrecked. Occupy. Alright, we should be able to advance. Ooh, you got a big old blue weapon of some kind. Oh! This is a former elven colony as well, nice. Let's upgrade this immediately to the Greenskin camp, don't collect the money. We'll destroy the Chevalier de Lyonesse probably reasonably quickly. Though, wait. They have 2 more territories somewhere. I just don't know where. Huh. Are they to the south of us, or are they over here? And this is a big question because these territories are now undefended. Yeah, I fear for now we might have to send the spider army here. It's just too much territory for the armies that we have here to cover, so yeah, it is what it is. Not that it's a problem, mind you, I'm sure they'll have their fun too. Let's also double check buildings this time, at least the cheap ones. Tower of Lenog, no, we're ignoring you until the construction cost is fixed. Same, well actually we can build the Goblin town at Nagranath. Also, are you in Camp Ruckus? Yes indeed you are. Lost Road. 2.3k and 3.4k. No, I think we can wait on that a little bit. Alright, Citadel of Lead, similarly way too expensive, though we can upgrade the heap of shiny stuff, get a little bit more cash for our trouble. Great Ohm, I'd love to upgrade you, but not for 9.4k, that would be insanity. And Barfleur, do we upgrade you immediately? Decent likelihood you'll immediately get attacked, but I'll give it a shot. And we'll ignore everything else here for now. I mean, I guess we could start upgrading the boss's shack. It's not like we're saving every single penny we get. Also, any chance we've sighted Grom? No, not yet. Not yet, but I'm sure we will. Skip the low fightiness stuff unless it's the Gabo army. No, it's not. We're fine. And wait, unless it's this army. It is not, but we'll have to keep an eye out on you as well. Also, Grimgor, get your other point in Black Orc Wrecking Ball, and now your Black Orcs are even stronger. 115 weapon strength onto Immortals for a 50 unit, or 50 model unit. Pretty darn good. End turn. Alright, let's see what we can do and whether we can find the other factions. We may want to immediately declare war on these guys, just destroy all these armies as well. I do have to wonder how many territories they have. But we shall see. And oh! The Chevalier de Lyonesse just got confederated by... Are these guys going to declare war on us? Curious. Okay, well, good luck with you with that, sir. Good luck indeed. Got confederated by Kuhan, and it looks like Grimgor has himself a fight here. A fight indeed. Alright, income from all buildings +5, the Winds of Pain. And we don't have a WAAAGH available, alas, so we can't select these guys, but that's going to be an epic, big ol' fight. I see another little faction here, and could this be... No, this is Kuran. I was hoping that it was, the other faction, and now... Grom's faction, I mean. You... I would like to go here. Wait. Between this stuff. Do we declare war on Kuran right now? They're gonna declare war on us, there's no doubt about it. In fact, they're strength rank 2. Oh, that's interesting. In my Vampire Coast campaign, for those watching, you may recall that Kuran is strength rank 2 there as well. It seems like on this map, Lewin has a particular advantage. Very, very nice. Too bad we don't know anybody that we could ask to join war against. Oh well, we'll ignore him. I'm not going to declare war on all these factions as yet, because, well, we have this little faction to fight. Oh. Don't go into the... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Huh. I didn't even realize this removed some of your movement range. Curious that it did. Oh well. Start moving through this direction. We might send you to Castle Longhi if we send Grimgor down to Castle Artois. Something along those lines. I'm not 100% on it as yet. Let's do the other admin stuff. First of all, we can unlock Oglok the Horrible, but we can also get another lord to get his army and then replace him as needed. So there isn't 100% need to do it right now. I would like to get Evi clubs to buff all orc infantry, as it includes Black Orcs, so we're going to do that. And it only takes 100 scrap in one turn, so worth our time. Probably should still avoid building anything expensive, though. Alright, Kruga Beard Taker, you go here. You can transfer your boar boys. Or, well, we might hold on to the boar boys depending on if you're the one to ferry them over. We'll see. Not that it's crazy important right now either. Alright, UGG and stuff, you guys are costing money every turn, so we should send you out. But we need Boar Boy Biggins. Alright, so to get Boar Boy Biggins, we can't get Boar Boy Biggins. We have to get regular Boar Boys, don't we? Do we even have the building that allows us to build them? Huh. Wait a moment. I could have sworn that we did, but I could be wrong. No, we don't. We only have the building that allows us to build Boar Boys, Savage Orc Boar Boys. Maybe we wait on the Boar Boys then, and perhaps make an army with a bunch of Orc Biggins and perhaps the Wolf Riders? Let me see. Wait a second. Alright, so Artisanales buffs Wolf Rider Chariots, Wolf Rider Archers, and Pump Wagons, but does not seem to buff melee Wolf Riders, which are buffed by Riders instead, eh? Well, we only have a single melee Wolf Rider thing here. Yeah, you know what? I think that's fine. Can you build Wolf Riders here? No, but you can build them here, right? No. Wait. They're out of this tree. And so are the chariots. Okay, that's what we're gonna do then. It'll be a little bit more expensive than I'd like, but it'll be an army that we can get going out there. You do what? Mushroom addicted? Eh. You should actually probably lead an all-gobbo army. Like the Squig army, you can be the Squig army, but for now, I would like you to get, let's say, 1, 2 chariots, and perhaps 4 spiky rollers. Damn, that's expensive, though. Wait, do we have that reduction in... wait, I remember it became more expensive to recruit Gobbo units. Now we don't have that anymore. Alright, get the spiky rollers. We'll combine them with these guys and some wolf riders and wolf chariots, and we'll get the regiment of renowned wolf chariots and maybe a couple of other wolf units. Lots of wolves and some orcs as to act as the anvil. Alright. Looks good to me. Grimgor, time for a big old fight, would you? I don't know why I said would you. Move out. Can you reach the enemy in WAAAGH Begins? Yes, you can. Alright, this should be worth a decent amount of XP. Let's also level you up, or at least your minions up. You already have everything that we probably want, though I guess we do want to get We Are the Elite. And it'll be a while before these guys get any benefits from it, though. Not a crazy big deal. Let's instead get Deadly Blade maxed out, then. You, sir, are going to max out your magical tree, though you're looking pretty good already. Let's get your Fists of GORK. It is only for a single unit, but, you know, there are probably going to be occasions where we'll want to buff up Grimgor to take something down. Let's get another point in... I'm not a huge fan of Doom and Darkness, generally speaking, because, especially with this army, and neither does the leadership really work here, especially with this army, enemies running earlier means less enemies killed, so it ain't so great. Let's get Fata Biuna. Next we'll get you, sir. Get back here, and Blade Shield, and try to move towards Smash 'em faster, as you like to do. Alright, looks good to me. Grimgor, away you go. Let's see about taking on... What is this, going to be 3.5 stacks roughly? Should be a decent fight. A Pyrrhic victory as well. Ooh, I like the sound of that, though I have my doubts that this victory will be Pyrrhic. Away we go. Alrighty, well, here we go again. I guess that first battle against the enemy miner settlement was a little bit of a warm-up, as we have another settlement to clear. But so many enemies. 4 stacks, though closer to 3.5, and because a couple of them aren't full. Nonetheless, that's going to be a lot of defenders and a lot of reinforcements coming in from several sides as well. Anyway, the Immortals and the Merry Krumpas switch positions a little bit, so the Merry Krumpas can lead the way forward with their shields up. And of course Grimgor will be at their head. He doesn't care about getting a few arrows in his skull. That's kind of a daily occurrence or hourly occurrence for him. Anyway, Black Orc's charging forward, shields are working for us, plus that 145 armor, as we make our way to the barricade and start bringing it down. Gonna send the giants in right away this time to try to work on that barricade as well. And it looks like, just like the last battle, the enemy's gonna send in some cav, although yeoman cav, really? Okay, good luck with that. This is not a place they probably want to be. And frankly, the barricade's going down fairly quick as well. Over on this side, we're sending in other units as well. We've got more Black Orcs with shields and with great axes, units working together this time around, so that we have a little bit more armor piercing interspersed with the, well, relatively non-armor piercing. I mean, it's not that the Black Orcs with shields are non-armor piercing, they still have plenty. It's just that the great weapons have more. Alright, and there we go, enemy is nice and blobbed up, and now it's just a matter of attrition. We will be taking plenty of arrow fire as we fight like this, but I'm reasonably confident in our units of Black Orcs to survive it. How's that barricade looking? Looks like the enemy is trying to focus down those savage giants to prevent the barricade from going down. A brain burster coming down and probably knocking out a fair few of those enemy units of archers and such. And it looks like, judging by the corpses, another spell was dropped. I think it was a Foot of GORK by the shaman there. Alright, well, Giants and Immortals and other Black Orcs together will be facing off against a ton of peasants right now before we start working on those knights. See that activation of the Blood-Forged armor by Grimgor, knocking the enemy away slightly and giving himself more armor, because clearly that's needed. Alright, nice little line opened up. And we just have to hack and slash our way through all of that. How are we doing over on this side as well? Still, enemy is managing to hold our units off. These Black Orcs have 84 kills to their name already, though the enemy just has so many units, and they're gonna keep on sending them. Though I suppose blobbing them up like this is not going to be such a great idea, as another Foot of GORK will come down right in the middle of all those peasants, absolutely trashing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of peasants instantly destroyed. Ouch, and I'm just curious, that's 2 spells, and how much damage was that? Orc Shaman Grotzlik Tuftaker now has 120,000 damage and 900 kills. Man, that was a very nasty hit. I mean, I guess all those peasants are at 160 units, so it makes sense that the kill count was pretty massive. Alright, dropped a Spirit Leech on this lord here, but it looks like he will manage to just... No, I think he's gonna die. Yes, he has, very nice, just as the Spirit Leech ends. Fantastic. And, ooh, the enemy's gonna counter with some spell work of their own, as an Uranin's Thunderbolt hits right in the center of our formation of orcs. Or did I just miss it? No, there it is. Alrighty, not too much damage, but still gotta watch out for that. And we have made it into their settlement, though once again, this is more or less just the beginning of the battle. Enemy reinforcements are starting to come in on this side of the map and on the other side of the map as well, or at least they should be. But we have a long way, or many, many enemies left to clear. And on the bright side, any enemies that try to run through us will essentially get themselves killed, though it'll be hard to tell which enemies are part of the reinforcements as opposed to the actual garrison. Kill them all, let GORK and work. Well, not so much sort them out as kill them all in the afterlife again. Those poor peasants. Hey, in Grimgor's defense, he's giving them a much better life than, you know, they would have had living in Bretonnia, so, yeah. And by giving them a better life, I mean killing them. Ending their suffering. Alrighty, he's a humanitarian. Let's see what we get here. Moving in with those Black Orc big bosses and the Black Orcs with shields. And over on this side, just big old mob of Black Orcs as well, though I suppose that pretty much often or always is going to describe this army. We do still have our biggins in the background as well, but I decided to keep a decent amount of them and a few Black Orc units back to handle the reinforcing piles of enemy units, though the piles are similarly going to be peasants. And we're similarly going to help them, you know, help them out of their dire situation here. And I do like the fact that the enemy has been sending piles and piles of peasants at us while their knights are all still kind of sitting back and not really contributing to the fight at all yet. Oh, and another brain burster coming in. Gotta love that spell as well. I mean, it's not going to be nearly as effective, and I think it's likely to be less efficient than the Foot of GORK is from a mana perspective. How much does the brain burster cost? Let me see here. We've got, that's 6. And I can cast 2 of them for every Foot of GORK, but that one Foot of GORK that we saw and did such ridiculous damage, I'm still not sure. And damn, the Black Orc Big Boss is towering over the other Black Orcs. I guess he does have that War Boar. I remember to get a few of them to lead our Boar Boy army, or armies as well, depending on how we end up using them. As I'm not sure we'll have the Savage Orc Boar Boys in the same army as the regular Boar Boys. But more on that later. Alright, more peasants are booking it out of there, and their knightly masters has still not joined the fray. Alright, Grimgor has come to emancipate the serfs from life. Poor Bretonnian peasants. I'm still, I'm still amused at all the peasant hate during the Bretonnian campaign. Still in the roleplay aspect of that. Anyway, chase them all down and give them the old chopper, and I guess the old club as well, from the Giants, though the Giants have now dropped to about half of their HP. Do have to watch out for them getting focused down and by those piles of peasant archers. Hate on them or not, you can't underestimate the strength of those peasant archer droves, as they have brought down Scarbrand and other very, very scary things in the same Bretonnian campaign I was talking about. So you still have to have a healthy respect for them. As long as you're not a knight, anyway. Anyway, we continue trying to sweep these streets, and man, the enemy are holding. This now feels like a proper battle for an enemy settlement, doesn't it? just the sheer number of troops that you have to work through, or at the very least, the foot of GORK has to work through, making red paste out of another unit of men-at-arms and basically breaking that unit of knights-errant, even if they haven't lost a crazy amount of their models. Now, a few more frames dropped again, but once again it is a fairly big battle. Alright, and it looks like the Knights Errant are booking it on out of there, but they're going to try to book it on out of there through the piles of Black Orcs, which means they'll probably get brought down in the press while we make it further into the settlement. And now, as we can see, the Knights have joined the peasants. They have sent the peasants to their doom, and the peasants have failed, although they did, I'm sure, tire out our units. And I guess the enemy did use their peasants just like they would zombies or Skaven slaves or goblins, so they used them appropriately in trying to tire us out. Though will it be enough to actually stop us from breaking through their settlements? Somehow I doubt it. We've certainly taken some damage, primarily on the giants and a few of the units of Black Orcs, but it's nothing crazy. Over on this side, we've got the other units, the Biggins and a few additional Black Orc units holding off enemy reinforcements, which are once again the form of peasant mobs and men-at-arms. I do believe there was a unit of battle pilgrims as well, but they got crushed and by the Black Orcs and Biggins fairly quickly. Blink and a few hundred peasants will be dead. Tuesday in Bretonia. Alrighty, not much to say, just looking at the spectacle of the forces facing off against each other, though it looks like that won't be going on for too much longer as the enemy is very much losing HP, and we are very much not. And ooh, a few shots from the enemy trebuchet comes in, and here's a few peasant bowmen trying to help out, though fortunately a unit of Biggins is charging forward, sort of accidentally, while they were chasing these men-at-arms, and are going to hit those peasant archers and prevent them from firing as well. Too bad we don't have a cav units to send up to deal with that field treb, as I'm sure that it'll do some damage to our Black Orcs and Biggins, though it hasn't managed to kill off any of them yet. That may have changed just now as... they're all getting back up. I think they all got back up. Very nice. Alrighty, well, work through the archers and prevent them from firing, and these ones are dropping as well. The bounce power is, well, actually still reasonably decent for the enemy here. I guess we still have plenty of units to kill. And perhaps a few more foots of GORK to drop, since this is a foot of GORK kind of day. Man, the shaman is going to have an insane amount of damage and kills on him after this particular battle. Alright, very nice job to the giants as well, smashing aside all of those Knights Errant. Let's see, you've got 174 kills and 23k damage, and you've got 238 and 21k. Very respectable. These giants are paying for themselves. I will be very happy to compare the performance of the giants and the rogue idols later on. How's the hag doing here? 16 kills, so not too much in the way of kills, but to be fair, we also kept her back throughout most of the battle, though do keep in mind that it is a good idea to keep the hags relatively close to the fray, because they have that, they have the stink. I forgot what it was called. Overwhelming odor, melee attack -8 hex in an area. So yeah. And if you can combine that with other hexes, it can be a pretty strong debuff. Alright. Oh, I like how Grimgor is fighting with two giants at his side. That's actually pretty nice. This was totally on purpose, not just cool on accident. There we go. Crushing all those giants, picking up a few infantry, and oh my lord, that poor peasant. There we go. And how long will the enemy be able to hold? Probably not too much longer. We also have our Black Orc big bosses having peeled away from Grimgor and his giants, and are now trying to hunt down the enemy prophetesses. Sick of getting hit by the prophetess of... Wait, you're both life. What? You have Ernon's Thunderbolt, Windblast, and Harmonic Convergence, but you're a Prophetess of Life. You have Harmonic Convergence, Ernon's Thunderbolt, and Windblast, and you're a Prophetess of Life. Okay, that's gotta be a bug. And they have all the heavens spells, but it says life. I think it's just stuck on life. Well, whatever. Whatever. One of them is dead anyway, so it's not stuck in life anymore. And it looks like Grimgor has found the other prophetess, and I'm sure we'll be able to bring her down shortly as well. Unless she books it on out of there. Not that that'll be a big deal. All good. We have others to kill here as more knights join the fray. I like how this particular battle essentially seemed like it was by stages. As in, first we work through all the peasants, and then we have to work through all the knights. And sure, there are a few peasants left, but not much at this point. And definitely not over on this side as the Black Orc, specifically the little Grimgors with 482 kills to their name, have caught the enemy trebuchets, and pretty much all the reinforcements here have been crushed. And in fact, speaking of crushing the enemy, it looks like the leadership is finally starting to drop massively. A very long battle as we swept this minor settlement street by street, peasant by peasant, and then knight by knight until we took them all out and they shattered. Absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed that fight. And what the heck? Oh, this one little unit. Oh, it's a battle pilgrim unit. There's a little unit that decided to stay because they're unbreakable. No, just like the rest, they won't stay in life. Interesting to see that battle pilgrims are unbreakable where knights are not. Could you ever live down the shame as a knight when peasants are willing to fight to the death while you run? I suppose the knights would just justify it to themselves as this is the peasants' duty anyway, to cover the knight's retreat so they could carry the day later, or something along those lines. Man, I gotta reread the Bretonnia book. Or books that I have on my shelf anyway. When I said book, I meant specifically the Knight Errant book. I think that was the first book of that particular series. Anyway, I am digressing as I usually do. Apparently a close victory, and we certainly did take some damage, but it can't have been that bad. The thing I'm most curious about is who got the most kills. Well, I sincerely doubt anybody matched that the Orc Shaman, but in fact, let's see. Ooh, alrighty, that was pretty darn fun. That was just a ludicrous pile of peasants, and let's face it, knights as well that we were able to wipe out. Now, the star of the show was our Orc Shaman, 238,000 damage and nearly 2,000 kills. Mr. Grotzlik has earned himself a name for this legendary feat. We'll keep Grotzlik, but I'm open to suggestions for what his second name is. I don't know, probably something to do with the amount of Bretonnians he's slain here, or something, I don't know. Otherwise, Grimgor did well as always, but he primarily hunts lures, so we can't expect to have him rack up massive numbers of kills. And ooh, would you look at that? 50,000 damage and 523 kills on the little Grimgors. That's fantastic. And that's pretty darn legendary as well. And 3.2k or 400 kills on you, and nearly 400 on you as well. Very nice, very nice. Oh, and 400 on the Axes of the Dark as well. Of the Dark or in the Dark? Huh. No, either way. Let's see. We're gonna occupy the place, obviously, but damn. That was a good time. And, oh, a few of those armies are gonna escape by... If we're... I perhaps could have sacked the place and ran after the armies, but, well, they're probably going to go back to Castelonghi, and frankly, they just don't have the troops to defend there, so we'll probably be able to auto-resolve that one after destroying all 3 stacks. Though, to be fair, Grotzlik did destroy... Oh, Tufteka also does work. Tufteka ain't bad. Although, how many teeth do the peasants have? I mean, let's be realistic here. And the Broken Tusks mob is now available, and the Crimson Killers for Grimgor as well, which means one of the Biggins mobs is gonna have to go. Probably would be faster to just re-recruit them. I do wonder how much they cost to recruit, and ow! That basically maxed out our stuff here, and we can call to WAAAGH again. Fascinating. Here's what I'd like to know. How much does it cost? Yeah, it's 500 to recruit a Biggin. It's better to just delete these rather than transport them. Sad as though that may be, considering they did a good job. But nonetheless, that's what we're going to do. Let's see what we gotta do this turn. Arachnic is ready to go, and he's going to, for now, I guess, and go to Bretonia as well. Any islands nearby? Ah, there's an island right there. Go grab that. Who knows? We might find another materials. Let's see. And though the game has spoiled me at this point, there's a shipwreck here, and whoever goes to Norska can grab that one, or one of the many armies that we're gonna send to Norska, I should say. How much does it cost to actually recruit the Crimson Killers? 4,000 gold. Okay, we can wait on that a little bit. And there's expensive stuff to be building. A Whale Coast. Let us start with not you, because we have to build the Greenskin Stronghold, though at 6k, that's pretty darn expensive. The shipyard, fortunately, here is quite cheap. And we do have other things. We should get the pile of scrap, because we need these everywhere. And what do we have in terms of this? We have the Raiden stashes, we have the Horde, which means I guess we can build another tower. And out of these 2 towers, I guess it's going to have to be the Shrine to GORK and Mork. I do like the campaign movement range bonus that we get out of the Uber Mega Tower, but the other faction-wide bonuses are rating we don't care about. Recruitment cost is nice, but we will be able to recruit for fairly cheap after, so I'm not crazy about it. This one ain't crazy either, though, the charge bonus and the leadership. Oh, but one thing that's wrong with the Uber Mega Tower, unlike all the other towers which reduce the upkeep for all armies faction-wide for various types of units, this one reduces nothing whatsoever. And therefore, I think it's pretty obvious that that's the one we gotta do. Oh, I also realized we don't have a boss pole here, but whatever. Savage, whatever it was, it is. We cannot build anything here. The Lost Road, we got more towers to be building. 3 for the Orky dwellings, and damn, they are expensive, though. But it's the only one we can build, so, or we could max this out to level 5. Yeah, let's max that one out to level 5. A Gabo Metropolis it is. Alright. Gotta watch out for the money, but we're still looking okay. Citadel of Lead about to take a huge chunk of it out, though. Next up, we can build, I guess, another tower here. Oh, we will want, oh, you know what we will want to build here? We will want to build a squig building here, since we have the squig nest. And this is where we'll be recruiting the squigs, because of the recruit rank bonuses, and I guess to some degree the recruit cost reduction, which means we have to wait until we have to growth, which means we can't touch it right now. Great Ohm, let's make it greater with a Greenskin Stronghold, and damn, that's expensive. I miss when those were cheap with materials. Lastly, what do we build here? I'm not 100% sure because we're, oh, this place also has Beast Slayers. I'm not 100% sure because this is a Bretonian territory. We already have the defenses, if not up and running, at least oncoming. I guess for now we'll need the growth, so we'll build the idols. Now, I'm tempted to say we're better off building raiding stashes and stuff everywhere, but for now, go idols. Yeah, alright, it's all fine. And then Leonis, so we're probably going to delete those stakes later, so we'll keep them at their current level, and that's it. Alrighty. Alrighty, looks good to me. Just gotta fix up our money a little bit more and we'll get another army up and running as well. And Ratnik, you should be able to get to your first Ragnarok Queen as soon as Grimgor gets another 4 levels on him. So, relatively soon, I would say. Though only relative. Also, damn, you're not a level 15 yet. Getting there, though. You're gonna need Sneaky Stabbers to buff up all of your Night Gobos. And I guess something to buff up the Goblin Rock Lobbas, which is a different tree. Savage Smarts. Man, this buffs up like 1,000,000 units, this buffs up 3. Kind of an interesting difference. And ooh, all Orc units get a lot of... They get a lot more tanky armor, melee defense, and word save. Yeah. They will make a heck of an anvil for most armies, but not for you, Spite Bootlicka. Sorry, bud. Alright, a low fightiness on who? Ugh, we don't care about that right now, ugh. Unassigned skill points, probably not something we care about, and building upgrades we have seen, which means we end the turn. And wait, you can't go in... Oh, no, you can't. I was about to wonder whether he can go into a stance, but no. And Grimgor, let's see if we can't hit up Castle Longyi, although it should be an easy take. If both of these guys move outside it, we can just have him auto-resolve the remnants of their armies. And I see a ship belonging to Kurun, and these guys are going to declare war on us, which means Merton will fall. Well, we'll need to send Spite back there while Grimgor deals with these guys. And yeah, clearly we'll need another army here. There's too much ground to cover. I'm a little bit surprised that these guys didn't confederate. Unhappy populace. Oh, but it's only in Citadel of Lead. I thought for a second it would be everywhere, and that would not be great. Oh, would you look at that? Kurun itself. Faction strength rank. The biggest trophy, the bigger trophy, and the big trophy. Yes. Good, Anakin. Let the hate flow through. Alright, Kurun is. And... oh, we can't get the preview of the trophy. Control physical resistance. And... yeah, I'm gonna say physical resistance. We only have 20 turns to do this, but Grimgor is nearby, so I think we'll be fine. Mork. Alright, and the trophy preview. +8 control faction-wide. Oh my. There's basically nothing better than that. Meaning, considering we have public order problems, this might be the one that we want to keep, basically forever. I wish we could keep multiple trophies, but, well, that one is too good. You cannot reach Castle Longyi. And, oh, that declared war. Oh, no. I may have screwed up. Oh. Wait. Kurun. Yeah, I just declared war on like 5 factions, damn it. And I did it again, too, because we did it earlier, but, well, it's too late to do anything about that now. Yeah, we need all the armies here, then. All of them. Like, now. Oh, okay. What do we have here in terms of defenses? Can you take this? Okay, first of all, you can move in. You're gonna have to build... oh. I thought these are Knights of the Realm, just garbage Knights aren't. Alright, now you should be able to take that just fine. I just want to double check. There isn't anything crazy here, and no, there's not. Just auto-resolve this garbage. Find a proper fight. Something that isn't full of peasants. Occupy. Alright, more post-battle loot, another backstabber. We'll need it for the new army. What we'll also need is to delete you, get defenses up and running, and I guess upgrade that port, and don't bother collecting the income. And there's a little territory right in the middle of our own territory, but we can't do much about it. I guess we could head directly for Kurun, but then that would mean ignoring you. I kind of regret not sending Rachnik there immediately. But oh well.
Anything you say.
And you can't reach there quite yet. And we don't have enough money to go super negative in terms of our income, so we're not gonna. Yeah, I think we'll move Grimgor to Longyi, and then start fighting around Kurun, whereas Spite will have to deal with all of that. Grimgor's too valuable for fighting, presumably the many armies that the that the main Bretonnian faction will send against us. I really want that massive amount of extra control, though, if possible. But unfortunately, we're going to have to try to acquire it next time around, because once more, we have run out of time, and I am going to have to call the episode here. The next time, I guess we'll try to do our best to get another army operational, the wolves and the orc biggins and whatnot, combine them and send them to Bretonnia as well, maybe 4 armies. Maybe we'll do 4 in Kurana and 4 in Norska. Well, we want to push down towards a Grom after all, so we'll need the armies to be able to do it. Anyway, more orcs to come. Hopefully you enjoyed the massive sweep of those streets of Bretonnians and the absolutely ludicrous kills that Grotzlik managed to achieve. A legendary feat, I think, perhaps worth of adding to the list of recurring characters we have on this channel. But anyway, more orcs to come, so don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, especially to the threshold for the hour. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.